Ladies and gentlemen, life is not easy. If you think success will come to you like a gift wrapped in gold, I have to be honest, it won't. You will face challenges, failures, and moments where the whole world seems against you. But that is exactly when you need to remember 3 words: don't quit. You see, quitting is the easiest thing to do. It's comfortable. When you fail, when doors close, when people doubt you, quitting is whispering in your ear. It tells you to stop dreaming, to give up your passion, to settle for less. But let me tell you something very important. If you quit, you will never know how close you were to success. I have met many people who were so close, just one step away from breaking through, but they gave up. Why? Because they got tired, because they lost hope, because the pain of trying was too much. But success is not about how smart you are or how talented you are, it is about how persistent you are. Every great success story is filled with failures. The ones who won, the ones who changed the world, they kept moving forward while others stopped. They fell, yes, many times, but they got up. They learned from their mistakes. They kept fighting. When you face difficulties, don't say, "Why me?" Instead, say, "Try me." See challenges as opportunities to grow stronger, to be better, to prove to yourself and to the world that you can overcome anything. Remember, the world doesn't owe you success. You have to earn it with your sweat, your tears, and your never-ending willpower. Keep your dream alive, keep your heart strong, and don't ever let fear or failure make you quit. So next time you feel like giving up, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what if the next moment is the turning point? What if the next step you take leads to your dream? Don't quit. Keep pushing. Your future self will thank you. Thank you. Success is often seen as this shining, glittering destination, a place where everything falls into place effortlessly, and the world applauds your achievements. But the truth is far from this romanticized picture. Success never comes easy. Behind every triumph, behind every story of accomplishment, there is a journey full of obstacles, difficulties, and relentless challenges. It's important to understand that these challenges are not signs of failure or reasons to give up. Instead, they are essential parts of the path to success. When you set out to achieve something meaningful, something that truly matters to you, you will inevitably face resistance, not just from the outside world, but from within yourself. The road will be tough. There will be days when the weight of your ambitions feels like a mountain pressing down on your shoulders. You will encounter setbacks that seem impossible to overcome. You will hear no more times than you can count. You will make mistakes and fail repeatedly. But this is not a sign that you are not good enough or that your dreams are too big. This is the reality of chasing anything worthwhile. Every great success story you admire is full of these moments. Think about those who have changed the world, the inventors, entrepreneurs, artists, and leaders. None of them reached the top without struggle. Their stories are filled with rejection letters, failed projects, criticism, and moments when giving up felt like the easiest option. But they persisted because they understood that challenges are not barriers meant to stop them, they are tests meant to prepare them. Challenges teach resilience, creativity, and patience. They force you to grow in ways comfort never could. Challenges also sharpen your focus and clarify your purpose. When everything is easy, it's easy to get distracted, to lose sight of why you started in the first place. But when obstacles arise, you have to dig deeper into your motivation. You have to remind yourself what this journey means to you. This internal clarity is what pushes you forward, even when external conditions are harsh. The idea that success should be easy is a dangerous illusion. It is often fueled by social media and quick success stories where we see only the final product and not the years of work behind it. This can make people feel discouraged when their own journey gets hard. But the truth is that if it feels easy, maybe you are not aiming high enough. Real success demands sacrifice, effort, and sometimes enduring discomfort for longer than you imagined. Moreover, challenges build character. They test your limits and teach you how strong you really are. When you face a difficult problem or a harsh reality and refuse to quit, you are building mental toughness. This toughness becomes your greatest asset because success is not just about skill or intelligence, it is about perseverance. It is about continuing to move forward even when the path is unclear and the odds seem stacked against you. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to learn something new, not just about the world, but about yourself. You learn what you are capable of, how to adapt, and how to innovate. Sometimes the solutions come from places you never expected because you were forced to think differently. Challenges expand your perspective and deepen your understanding. You may also find that challenges connect you to others who share your struggles. When you face difficulties, you realize that you are not alone. Many others are fighting their own battles. This can inspire you and create a sense of community and shared purpose. Together, people overcome what they could not alone. Remember, success is a journey, not a moment. It is the result of many small wins, learning experiences, and overcoming obstacles along the way. Those who expect success to come without hardship often give up before they reach their full potential. But those who accept challenges as part of the process are the ones who reach the finish line. Understanding that success never comes easy also helps you prepare mentally for the future. When you expect challenges, you don't get discouraged when they arrive. Instead, you see them as normal, natural steps on the path to your goal. This mindset makes you more resilient and ready to face whatever comes. It's also important to recognize that challenges don't always come in obvious forms. Sometimes they are subtle, like self-doubt, fear of failure, or external criticism. These internal challenges can be as hard to overcome as any external obstacle. But they are equally important because they affect how you show up every day. Learning to manage your mindset is a crucial part of handling challenges. Success is a combination of many things: vision, hard work, luck, timing, but above all, it's about how you respond to the challenges you face. Do you let them stop you, or do you use them to fuel your growth? The answer to that question will determine your future. When you embrace challenges instead of fearing them, you unlock your true potential. You realize that every problem has a solution if you are willing to search for it, and every setback is a setup for a comeback. This mindset transforms the way you live and work. Finally, it is worth noting that the challenges you face on your path to success make your achievement even more meaningful. If success were easy, it wouldn't be as rewarding. Overcoming difficulty gives you confidence and pride. It builds a foundation for lasting achievement, not just fleeting moments of success. So remember, the next time you face a tough day, a rejection, or a failure, do not see it as a dead end. See it as part of the journey. Know that these challenges are shaping you, preparing you, and leading you toward your success. The road will never be smooth, but the destination will be worth every step. Quitting is often the simplest option. When the weight of challenges becomes too heavy, when hope seems distant, the idea of giving up appears as a tempting escape from pain and struggle. It feels like a relief, a way to stop fighting and find peace. But this ease is deceptive because quitting, while easy in the moment, carries with it the greatest regrets. When people quit, they do so because the journey is hard. The obstacles seem insurmountable, and the fear of failure becomes louder than the dream of success. It's normal to feel overwhelmed at times, and stepping away can feel like a break from that pressure. But this break can quickly turn into a permanent end to possibilities. The reason quitting is so dangerous is that it cuts off any chance of what might have been just around the corner. Many people who quit later look back and realize that their biggest regret wasn't the failure itself, but the decision to stop trying. They wonder what would have happened if they had held on a little longer. This regret is heavy because it haunts the mind with what ifs. What if I had given myself one more chance? What if I had pushed through the hardest days? What if I had refused to quit? The truth is, quitting guarantees failure. It removes the possibility of success entirely. If you stop, you will never know how close you were. The moment you quit, your story ends where it is not where it could have been. This finality makes quitting so painful in hindsight because the future you dreamed of never had a chance to unfold. It's easy to forget that everyone who has ever succeeded faced moments when quitting seemed like the best choice. The difference is that they chose to endure those moments. They understood that pain and difficulty are temporary, but regret is lasting. They recognized that quitting is not a solution, it is a surrender. It's giving up on yourself and your potential before you fully tested your limits. The hardest battles often come just before the greatest victories. Many success stories show that the breakthrough happens when you push beyond the point where most people quit. When you refuse to stop, when you keep going despite doubt and fear, you position yourself to achieve what others cannot. The ones who win are not always the most talented or smartest, they are the ones who refuse to quit. Choosing not to quit is a powerful act of faith. It's believing in yourself even when external circumstances do not support your dream. It's holding on to hope when everything inside you wants to let go. This faith becomes a source of strength that fuels you forward, step by step, even when the path is dark. Quitting also robs you of valuable lessons. Each struggle, each failure, each hard-earned experience is an education that prepares you for the future. When you quit, you miss the chance to learn and grow. You lose the opportunity to discover your resilience, your creativity, and your inner strength. These lessons are priceless because they build a foundation for lasting success. It's important to understand that quitting is not just a physical act, it's a mental choice. You might stay in a situation physically, but when your mind and heart give up, it's just as if you have quit. Sometimes people continue but do not fully commit. They hold back because they fear failure or discomfort. This halfway quitting is just as harmful because it stops you from reaching your potential. Fear plays a big role in the decision to quit. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of uncertainty. These fears are natural, but they should never be allowed to control your choices. When fear pushes you toward quitting, remind yourself that fear is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Quitting also affects your confidence. Every time you quit, you train yourself to give up when things get hard. This weakens your willpower and makes future challenges even harder to face. On the other hand, every time you resist quitting, you build confidence in your ability to overcome obstacles. This confidence grows into an unbreakable mindset that carries you through even the toughest times. When you look around and see people who seem to have it all together, remember that they too have faced moments when quitting felt like the easiest option. What sets them apart is their decision to keep going. Success is rarely a straight path. It's filled with twists, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Those who succeed accept this reality and embrace the struggle instead of running away from it. Sometimes quitting is disguised as practicality or realism. People tell themselves they are just being realistic when they give up on their dreams. But true realism is understanding that the road to success is hard and choosing to keep moving anyway. Realism is not about avoiding failure, it's about facing failure head-on and refusing to be defeated by it. The people who regret quitting the most are often those who had great potential, but never fully realized it because they stopped too soon. Their stories become warnings to others, reminders that perseverance is a crucial ingredient for success. Their regrets are a powerful lesson. Don't let the ease of quitting steal your future. It is also important to recognize that quitting can affect more than just yourself. Your dreams, your goals, your passions, they matter not only to you but also to the people who believe in you, who depend on you, and who are inspired by you. When you quit, you send a message that giving up is acceptable, which can influence those around you negatively. In contrast, choosing not to quit sends a message of strength, courage, and determination. It shows others that success is earned through hard work and persistence. Your refusal to quit can inspire others to keep going in their own struggles, creating a ripple effect of resilience. Sometimes you may feel isolated in your struggle, thinking no one understands how hard it is. But know this, quitting is a universal temptation. Everyone faces it at some point. The difference is made by those who say no to quitting. They push through, and in doing so, they become leaders, role models, and champions of their own lives. You will face moments when quitting feels like the only option, but these moments are tests of your character. How you respond defines you far more than the challenges themselves. Will you quit and give up your dreams, or will you fight and keep your hope alive? The answer will shape your entire future. Choosing to keep going means accepting discomfort, uncertainty, and failure as necessary companions on the road to success. It means understanding that every struggle is temporary and that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Quitting is permanent, but perseverance opens the door to endless possibilities. In the journey toward success, many people believe that talent or intelligence alone will carry them to the top. They think that if you are naturally gifted or exceptionally smart, the path will be smoother and achievements will come quickly. While talent and intelligence are valuable assets, they are far from the only ingredients for success. In fact, persistence, consistent, determined effort over time often outweighs talent and intelligence in creating lasting achievement. Persistence beats talent and intelligence every time because it bridges the gap between potential and reality. Talent and intelligence are often seen as fixed qualities, something you either have or you don't. Many people wait for the perfect moment when their skills and knowledge reach a certain level before they act. But the truth is, waiting for perfect conditions or relying solely on innate ability can lead to stagnation. Talent alone does not guarantee success if it is not nurtured through hard work and perseverance. Intelligence, while powerful, can only take you so far if it is not paired with the determination to push forward when things get tough. Persistence is what transforms potential into actual success. It is the force that keeps you moving when obstacles arise, when failure knocks you down, and when progress seems painfully slow. People who are persistent do not give up because they believe that every setback is a lesson and every challenge is an opportunity. They understand that success is a marathon, not a sprint, and that slow and steady effort compounds over time to create extraordinary results. Many of the most successful individuals in history were not the most talented or the smartest in their fields, but they were the ones who refused to quit. They showed up every day, kept learning, kept trying, and kept pushing forward even when the odds were against them. Persistence created habits of discipline and resilience that talent alone could never achieve. When talent reaches its limits, persistence finds a way to continue. Persistence also fuels creativity and innovation. When you keep working on a problem, trying new approaches, and learning from mistakes, you develop a deeper understanding that can lead to breakthroughs. Talent might give you an initial advantage, but without persistence, you may never discover the solutions that come from sustained effort. It is persistence that drives experimentation and adaptation, essential components of success in any field. Intelligence is often measured by how quickly someone can learn or solve problems, but persistence measures how long someone is willing to endure difficulty. Success rarely comes from quick wins. It often results from months or years of hard work, continuous improvement, and relentless effort. People who are persistent embrace the long process and do not get discouraged by temporary failures or slow progress. Their mindset is built on the belief that every small step forward matters. Another important aspect of persistence is patience. The ability to stay committed to your goals, even when results are not immediate, separates those who succeed from those who give up. Talent and intelligence might allow some to achieve quick success, but sustained success requires the patience to continue developing skills, refining strategies, and growing through experience. Persistence is the engine that powers this ongoing journey. When you compare someone with high talent but low persistence to someone with average talent but high persistence, the latter almost always comes out ahead. The persistent person will improve steadily, learn from their failures, and build momentum. The talented person may shine early but fade if they do not have the drive to keep going when things get hard. Persistence creates consistency, and consistency creates trust and opportunity. Persistence is also deeply connected to mindset. It is a choice to believe in yourself and your goals despite setbacks and difficulties. It requires self-discipline to keep working even when motivation wanes or distractions appear. People who persist understand that motivation fluctuates, but commitment must remain steady. This commitment is what separates dreamers from achievers. Moreover, persistence teaches humility. It shows you that no matter how talented or intelligent you are, there will always be more to learn and obstacles to overcome. This humility keeps you grounded and open to feedback, which is crucial for growth. Those who rely only on talent or intelligence without persistence risk becoming complacent or arrogant, which can block progress. In addition, persistence builds confidence. Each time you overcome a challenge or keep going when others quit, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. This growing confidence fuels further persistence in a positive cycle. Talent alone may give you confidence at the start, but persistence builds a deeper, more resilient confidence grounded in experience and effort. The stories of people who changed industries, invented new technologies, or built successful businesses often highlight persistence as the key factor. These individuals faced countless failures, rejections, and setbacks. Yet they continued because they were committed to their vision and willing to work harder than anyone else. Their persistence made them unstoppable. Persistence is also essential in building relationships and networks that lead to success. Showing up consistently and following through on your commitments earns trust and respect from others. This can open doors and create opportunities that talent or intelligence alone cannot. People want to work with those who are reliable and dedicated, qualities developed through persistence. It is also important to realize that persistence does not mean stubbornness or refusing to change course. True persistence includes the ability to adapt and learn from failure. It means staying committed to your ultimate goals while being flexible in your methods. This balance between determination and adaptability is what makes persistence powerful. While talent and intelligence can give you a head start, persistence is the vehicle that will carry you through the entire race. Talent may get you noticed, but persistence keeps you relevant. Intelligence can solve problems, but persistence solves the puzzle of reaching your dreams despite difficulties. The combination of persistence with talent and intelligence is ideal, but if you must choose one quality to rely on, persistence will serve you best. It is the habit of persistence that creates champions, innovators, and leaders across every field. It is the reason some people achieve greatness while others with equal or greater talent do not. The beauty of persistence is that it is within everyone's reach. Unlike talent or IQ, which may be limited by genetics or early education, persistence is a skill and mindset you can develop. Every day you choose to keep going. Even when it's hard, you strengthen your persistence muscle. Over time, this will transform your capabilities and your outcomes. Understanding that persistence beats talent and intelligence every time empowers you to take control of your own success. It reminds you that you do not need to be the smartest or the most gifted person in the room to achieve your dreams. You just need to be the one who refuses to quit, who keeps showing up, and who works harder than anyone else. Failure is something most people fear. It feels like a heavy weight, a mark of defeat, or a sign that you're not good enough. When you fail, it's easy to see it as a dead end, a final stop on the road to your dreams. But failure is not the end, it is a stepping stone. It is a necessary and valuable part of the journey to success, a tool for learning, growth, and transformation. Many people misunderstand failure. They think it means they have lost permanently, that their efforts were wasted, or that they should give up. This misunderstanding leads to fear and the desire to avoid failure at all costs. But failure should not be avoided, it should be embraced. Without failure, there is no real progress. Failure teaches us what doesn't work and guides us toward what does. Failure forces us to face reality in a way that success often doesn't. When something goes wrong, we reflect, analyze, and reassess our approach. This reflection is critical because it highlights weaknesses, gaps in knowledge, or mistakes that need correction. Success can sometimes hide these flaws because things appear to be going well, but failure brings them to light and offers a chance to improve. The most successful people in the world have experienced failure not just once, but many times. They've faced rejection, setbacks, and moments of doubt. What sets them apart is how they respond. Rather than giving up, they try again, each time with more insight. They see failure not as the end, but as the beginning of a new attempt, one with greater potential. Failure is a powerful teacher. It educates in ways no book or classroom can. It teaches resilience, creativity, and humility. It shows us how to adapt, persevere, and innovate. Accepting failure as part of the process opens the door to continuous self-improvement. It's important to remember that failure does not define your worth. It is simply feedback from the real world. Sometimes failure happens because of external factors beyond your control. Other times it's because you took a risk and it didn't work out. But none of that means you are a failure, it means you are learning and evolving. Viewing failure as a stepping stone changes your mindset. Instead of fearing failure, you start seeing it as a necessary part of the journey. This encourages risk-taking and experimentation, two essential ingredients for innovation. Playing it safe might protect you from failure, but it also limits your chances of achieving something truly extraordinary. Behind every major invention, business success, or artistic breakthrough is a history of failure. The first attempts almost always fail. Many great ideas were initially rejected or misunderstood, but those who kept trying eventually succeeded. They refined their approach, learned from their mistakes, and believed in their vision. Failure also builds character. It tests your patience, courage, and determination. It pushes you beyond your comfort zone and helps you understand what you're truly capable of. This inner strength becomes a foundation for future success. Sometimes failure hurts more because you've put your heart and soul into something. It's disappointing when things don't go as planned, but it's important to separate your identity from your failures. You are not your failures, they are only moments in your journey, not the full story. This perspective helps you bounce back with greater strength. Innovation requires failure. Trying new things involves risk. Without the willingness to fail, no true innovation can occur. Embracing this fact makes you more open to creativity and new possibilities. Persistence is another key lesson from failure. Every time you fail, you're faced with a choice: give up or try again. Persistence means trying again with new knowledge. This process, fail, learn, improve, is the engine of personal and professional growth. Failure also teaches empathy and humility. It reminds us how it feels to fall short, which builds compassion for others facing difficulties. It creates connection, understanding, and support. Ultimately, we need a healthy relationship with failure. Rather than letting it discourage us, we should let it motivate us. Society often stigmatizes failure, but we must challenge that view. Failure should be seen as a sign of courage, of someone willing to try and grow. In the end, failure reveals new paths and possibilities. It helps us develop problem-solving skills, resilience, and self-awareness. It is painful, but also freeing. Accepting it allows us to take bold steps forward. When viewed the right way, failure becomes one of our greatest allies on the path to success. Success rarely comes overnight. It's not a sudden event or a flash of genius. Instead, it's built over time through small, steady efforts that often go unnoticed. These daily actions might seem minor at first, but over weeks, months, and years, they create powerful momentum and form the foundation for extraordinary achievements. The key lies in consistency and the compounding effect of your efforts. Just like savings grow with interest, your consistent actions add up in knowledge, skill, and results. A single step might not seem like much today, but when repeated, these steps accumulate into giant leaps. Persistence combined with consistency is the real secret to lasting success. Many people struggle because they expect instant results. When they don't see immediate progress, they get discouraged and give up. But most success stories are written through patience and dedication. Behind every milestone is a trail of hard work, discipline, and gradual improvement. Success is not a one-time event, it's a continuous journey. Consistency is what turns average talent into excellence. A naturally talented person who doesn't practice can't compete with someone who shows up every day. Daily commitment sharpens your skills, builds habits, and strengthens your character. Over time, this steady effort leads to true mastery. These small efforts also build confidence. When you accomplish minor goals regularly, you prove to yourself that success is possible. Each small win fuels your belief and encourages you to take on bigger challenges. Confidence that grows from consistent action is far more dependable than confidence based on occasional success. Focusing on consistency also shifts your mindset. Instead of obsessing over results, you begin to value the process. This reduces stress because you're not dependent on major outcomes for motivation. You find satisfaction in the journey itself, which helps you stay committed long term. Another benefit of small efforts is that they're manageable. Big goals can feel overwhelming and often lead to procrastination. Breaking those goals into small, actionable steps makes the process less intimidating. Completing each task brings you closer to your vision and keeps you moving forward. These efforts also lead to continuous learning. Steady progress allows you to gather feedback, reflect, and adjust your approach. Rushing through things often causes people to miss valuable lessons. With consistent action, you grow smarter and more efficient over time. The impact of small efforts reaches beyond your personal skills. It builds your reputation and trust with others. People notice when you consistently deliver on your promises. Over time, this earns you respect, strengthens relationships, and opens doors to new opportunities. It's common to underestimate slow progress, especially when results aren't immediately visible. But successful individuals know that behind every achievement is a long stretch of hard, quiet work. They embrace the slow grind, trusting that consistent effort will eventually pay off. Setbacks are easier to manage when you have a solid routine. One bad day or failure doesn't derail your progress because you have a habit of showing up. This resilience allows you to recover and keep going, which is crucial for long-term success. This principle applies to every area of life, whether it's your career, health, relationships, or personal development. Success in any field comes from regular, focused action. That makes the concept of small efforts not only powerful but also universal and achievable for anyone. Consistent efforts often bring unexpected rewards. As you work steadily toward your goals, you expose yourself to new people, ideas, and experiences. These can accelerate your progress in ways that sporadic effort cannot. Consistency increases your chances of being in the right place at the right time. Discipline is another product of consistent effort. It bridges the gap between your goals and accomplishments. The more you commit to daily actions, the stronger your willpower becomes. Eventually, discipline becomes a habit, making your progress sustainable even when motivation fades. Working consistently also helps maintain balance. It prevents the stress and burnout that come with last-minute rushes. A steady pace protects your mental and physical health, allowing you to perform at your best. Patience is essential for success through small efforts. Since progress is gradual, you must learn to trust the process. Patience helps you stay focused when results are slow, and it's one of the most important traits for long-term achievement. And don't forget to celebrate the small victories. Recognizing and appreciating minor progress reinforces your efforts and keeps you motivated. These positive moments build momentum and make the journey enjoyable. Ultimately, small, consistent efforts put you in control of your future. Rather than waiting for luck or perfect conditions, you take responsibility for your growth. With each intentional action, you shape the life you want to live. In conclusion, success isn't about dramatic breakthroughs. It's about small, consistent actions repeated over time. These efforts compound into skills, confidence, resilience, and opportunity. By embracing them, you create the path to lasting success one step at a time.